Happy Thursday, everybody. If you're seeing this Thursday bit, then you are probably watching the replay, or you're at least catching up. And take a few minutes just to kind of chat with you and share this out to the rest of the world. Facebook land is all on fire today. And it's only been 2 days, 3 days since I was on live for the weekly reading, and I feel like it has been 2 weeks. Grounding does not come easy this week. Oh, I suppose there's somebody live. Hello, live person. Let me do one more share out to my wall, and then I will be right on track. There we go. How has everybody's week been going? Eclipses coming up on, coming up on Mercury retrograde and all that. Hello, Andrea. You're on early. I guess today was a short day for you at work. I'm chatty today. I'm not like, I have things to say, I have points to make, but I'm like, yeah. All right. It is a major feat that we are all just sitting here being able to listen. Everything else is first world problems this week. So, last day of school. Good. Good. Get a little bit of a break then, I guess, before school really starts. Here in PA, that's probably going to be last week of August, first week of September, something like that. That's when school usually goes back around here, and I'm looking forward to that. Today I want to say it's a clusterfuck. My judgy part of me is like, holy crap, it's been a clusterfuck. But the rest of me is like, yeah, things are all stirred up. I can't go in my craft room where I would like to do my videos because, I mean, honestly, this whole view makes it look like my living room is a great big cave after Labor Day. Good. Well, my daughter's cleaning her room, which means she moved her stuff into my craft room so she can vacuum the carpets and do all that good stuff and rearrange. So her stuff's like all over the top landing and in my craft room, and my husband's like, and I'm like, y'all need to be quiet. Y'all need to be calm. First world problems today. Because I need to get my shit done. No anger in it, just like, these are my boundaries. This is what I'm doing, okay? And I feel that's been my whole week. Monday felt like a whole week unto itself. Just so much was happening, so much was rolling, so much was going. But I got like 10 hours of sleep last night. The self-care really does need to start kicking in during these high vibe times because we can't run on fumes. As sensitives especially, because that overwhelm thing is going to trigger and it's going to build up so fast if we let it, if we don't start dealing with some of the deeper things that are rolling through us about why this feels a little out of control, why it feels like everything is being stirred up, because those are all internal triggers. The world is simply proceeding as it will. The world's doing what it needs to do. It's not actually all that different from the day before or the week before. It's our own internal perception that shifted. Yes, exercise and sleep are very important. Yeah, especially in those days when you don't feel like you can ground, where everything feels like it's like, wah, when's it gonna end? Those are the days, like, I really had to push myself to get online and to get some video stuff done that I was doing today because I wanted to literally walk around the house and clean. I totally recognize that that is a grounding thing for me. It is a way for me to focus on one task at a time. So I will probably do that a little bit later today because I am finding an outlet by doing video. I just had to push myself because it's not where my natural boundaries are. But that's also part of this huge eclipse thing, the boundaries. And part of what's getting really stirred up, at least for me this week, and I don't know if it's true for you. If it is true for you, let me know. Comment. Send me some love and some emojis if this is absolutely true. But the expansion that's happening makes me feel like I want to quantum leap a lot of shit. It's saying there's so many potentials and so many variables already at play right now. How are you tapping those? And sometimes it makes me fall back in a little resentment because I'm like, I could have been doing that all along. Why wasn't I? Why wasn't I on the ball enough like that? And sometimes it's making me up rev and I'm going like, yes, I need to do this right now. But then there's that presumption that I'm going to be able to sustain this additional action forever and ever and ever and make it terribly successful. But that's that whole quantum leap thing that a lot of sensitives, a lot of intuitives find themselves doing and then get really frustrated for having it happen. Yes, it's very overwhelming. Just because we see the potential, we see how it exists. There's my dogs. That was Xander. We see how that potential exists, and we instantly want to have it. We instantly think it's all going to line up and go someplace. So, three tips to work on the timing of all of that is, number one, self-care like crazy. So we're talking into a lot of what I was going to say anyway, but self-care like crazy. Sleep extra. Remember to feed yourself good stuff. This isn't the time to binge out on potato chips. You need to fuel your body, fuel your mind, fuel your soul. Holistic self-care 101 right there. Now, the second tip is don't be afraid to try new things because we are pushing our boundaries a little. This is eclipse season. This is retrograde season. But keep it light, keep it easy for now. One of the things I said in the workshop for Thriving in High Vibe Times was that we're going to want to burn this season. We're going to find what we want to burn for, our passion, what we want to stand for, but we don't want to get burned at the stake for it. We want this to be something we're building sustainability and long-term action around. So now is a testing time. Now is a playing with possibilities time. It's always going to be like this way and I have to sustain this energy forever because that's not going to happen. Right now we're on a bit of an energy high and we will come down off of this. And so we have to plan accordingly. Use this time to make some traction into your ideas of what could happen. But know that you're going to have to refine the process and streamline it as we go further on into 2018. Yeah, water is a huge thing for intuitives and empaths. Really helps grounding and cleansing. A lot of empaths do have a natural connection to water. That is a very common thing. It's a beautiful thing. Lots of mermaids. And my third tip is this is the next 2.5 weeks where we want to practice what's called active listening. It's a psychology term, but it's actually really helpful for empaths because active listening is when you're finding you're triggered in a conversation or around a particular topic that keeps coming up, and you want to kind of stop your normal reaction, just take a step back from where you were and say, all right, I'm not even going to judge into what I think you meant by that. Take that off the table. Right now, this conversation is having me feeling like, and then you name your feelings. and you try to lean into a little bit why you think you might be going through those feelings. But this is coming totally from your perspective, your interpretation of what's going on. And when you get back into that, say like, wow, that, that last comment, that got me feeling a little triggered. It got me feeling a little like you were judging me. And, I don't feel like that was fair. So you get really honest about what you're actually experiencing and giving the other person a chance to say, ooh, did I intend for that to happen? Is that really what I was saying? And it gives them a chance to adjust the conversation so that there's an actual flow going on and not a rah, rah, rah and a rah, rah, rah back. So that's the active listening, if you want to Google that and look into that more. So the 3 tips for self-care like crazy, holistic self-care, body, mind, soul, take care of them all very greatly. Because each and every moment is perfect. We make it perfect by taking the inspired action that's coming through, but we have to be prepared to do it. We have to be prepared to handle that expansion, and we do that by self-care. Second tip was don't be afraid to try new things. Just right now, keep it easy. Keep the fanaticism away. Keep that newbie glow. Oh my God, this is the next best thing in my life. Everybody has to do it. Take a step back from that. Remember, eclipses aren't about changing your life completely. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's about sustainable action in the future. Right now, we're just having a lot of pot stirring going on so that we can explore new opportunity. We can explore new ways of doing things. And the third tip was look up active listening and really try and practice getting in touch with how things make you feel, and then giving another person a chance to change the conversation based on how they intended. Because somebody might just be, talking out of their butt. I hate this and I hate that and this happened and it was awful. And you're like, whoa, dude, this is really making me feel like heart palpitations. I'm really feeling it. Because even though it's eclipse and even though things are changing and my boundaries are there, my heart's been like open. It's been like, oh, I feel that. Oh, I feel your pain, but I see where you are, and that's a beautiful place. So it is another way of protecting it by being able to speak the truth around what's actually going on inside of you while you're having conversations and situations. And it can change the outcome. It really can. All right, so if you need to know more about this eclipse season and this Mercury retrograde, I do still have my workshop up, Thriving for High 5 Times. I'll drop the link on this live stream. And it is $14.97 if you just want the workshop alone. But if this is the season that's really stirring you up and you're not sure what action you need to take, you're not sure what the universe is actually trying to nudge you toward, then you can also upgrade the workshop to get a I Need a Sign reading and healing session. It's a 45-minute one-on-one session with me. And just having that can totally reset how this eclipse and Mercury retrograde season is going for you. Because once you find the focus, you find the greater message, the higher vibe behind what you are experiencing right now, it's going to give you such clarity, such direction, and the fire is just going to make everything line up and go, go, go for you. All right, so I will drop the link for that. And I will do that while we're probably getting ready to draw some cards. I am drawing from the Enchanted Map deck today. So let me quickly grab the link for that workshop so I can get on with the cards. These cards are flowing today. Okay, well, the link's there. I'll fix it later. Okay, Andrea, I know you're on. So I will draw you a card, my lovely. Do. You're right on track there, my love. Ride the wave with the dolphins. Do I really need to interpret that for you? You were just talking about how you're really enjoying your connection to water this week. So has there been anything in particular that's coming up for you that's been on your mind to try, change things up? Nope. Or is that for something else? Oh, that was for interpretation, I bet. Since I don't see anybody else on, I'll draw one for myself just for shits and giggles here. I drew one before, and we'll see if the cards are kinder to me right now. So for me, nope, they're not any kinder. That's rock bottom. Funny part is I'm not actually at rock bottom, but actually I'm seeing how a lot of the choices I made from the past that are recurring to me now, they keep popping up, a lot of those ideas, and why did I make that decision then? Why it's coming up again now during this eclipse and retrograde season. Before I had made them from a completely different place, mindset place, and heart set place within me. And it was out of desperation. It was out of that rock bottomness. And I don't feel that way now. I feel like play. I feel light. I'm feeling the open-heartedness of this season. Even though it's crazy, even though the pot gets stirred, I'm still like, oh, what a crazy and gorgeous day that was. So I don't think it's that I'm heading toward rock bottom. I just, I need to sleep more. But, that's my natural cycle with full moons. I don't sleep at full moons. I have been. I can only go up from there, but like I said, I don't feel like it's rock bottom. In the past, I probably would have. I probably would have crashed and burned real hard for what's going through and what is actually happening in my real life. Not just on live stream. But it's new direction. It's not just rock bottom. I know that for a fact. Yeah. Staying grounded. And I'll probably tackle a little bit of that after this. I want to work on some listings for Etsy because I'm not moving some of my stuff over, but, trying out some new venues and everything. Part of that whole pot stirring this season. And if anybody else wants a card, I will ask one more time before I jump off and tackle different things. But don't forget to check out the link for the Thriving in High Vibe Times workshop. And that will give you all the information and some tools to help you stay steady and you stay high vibing throughout the eclipse and Mercury retrograde season. Last call. Anybody else want a card? All right. I'm going to say good afternoon. I will be on again Friday sometime. I have to jury rig my time with that. That's just this week. It's crazy. But I will be in my Thriving in Free Empath and Intuitives group on Friday for a little bit of fun stuff. All right. I will see most of you. And if you want to get on the Friday live stream, just join the group. Oh, hi, Ida. I guess I'm not seeing all my comments then. So I don't see anything from Ida. But Ida, here's a card for you. Stuck in the mud. Really use the crazy energy that's happening to get yourself unstuck. There are lots of opportunities and lots of new things coming through right now. So don't look to the past. Don't look to what wasn't working last week, because some new things will be working as we go through this week and for the next 2.5 weeks. Things are going to change and shift daily. So don't be afraid of being stuck in the mud, and do seize what is coming. Because some awesome things can be knocking at your door within the next day or two, a week from now, and you have to be open and ready to grab it. Right. Bye for now. See you Friday.